Hello, my name's Tammy, and May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I'm here to share my story. I'm also here to help fight the stigma against mental health because we should be very open about it and we need to talk about it. Especially nowadays, we need to talk about it and come together and support each other. So I manage and cope with bipolar disorder. I am also a attempted suicide survivor. I also have what they would call be a survivor of self-harm. I used to self-harm by cutting for several years. Now, one thing that I would like to clear up that I help fight with the stigma is I do not refer bipolar as a mental health illness. I refer to it as a mental health condition. The reason why I say that is because to me, when I hear the word illness, I think of sickness. And my brain is not sick. My brain just works differently than maybe somebody else's brain does. So that's one myth right there that I like to fight. Another myth is I will hear people say, well, you have to take a lot of medications. No. For me personally, I take one medication and that is it. But that's a huge part of my recovery. So I'm not ashamed of taking medication. If it's going to make me feel better, which it does, then I'm going to take it. I also hear that you can't be successful. That is also false. I know for me personally, I am very successful. My full-time job is an educator. I also work part-time, and I also coach in the fall. So to me, that's being successful. Also, during the midst of managing and coping with bipolar, I remember having some really severe highs and lows during college years, but I fought through it and I was able to accomplish and earn my master's degree. So again, that is an accomplishment right there. I also will hear things such as, well, you won't have any friends, you're too crazy. Again, all false. I have friends that support me, and I also have friends that not only do they support me, but I can go and talk to, and we'll talk about that later on. But find that support system that will work for you. Now, a little bit about my story. I felt different when I was in high school, especially my senior year. That's when I started to notice the real mood swings. But I wasn't really diagnosed until early in college. That's when I was diagnosed. But again, I felt these mood swings. I'd either be really happy and be able to stay up for hours and hours and sometimes days on end. And then all of a sudden I would crash and then I wouldn't get out of bed. I wouldn't eat. I wouldn't sleep, nothing. So I did have a lot of mania and depressive modes. And I didn't know why. And I kind of just blamed it on hormones. Then later on, I finally went to the doctor and I was able to get the help I needed. And that's when I was diagnosed. So I want to just again help fight the stigma. I will share bits and pieces of my story throughout these videos. But those were the main thing is number one, refer to as a mental health condition. Number two, you can be successful. And number three, you are loved. You are not crazy. So please don't listen to all that. And more importantly, let's talk about this. Let's be open about mental health. Let's share it. I could go into a room of strangers and I have no problem sharing about my mental health condition or just mental health in general because I want to fight the stigma. I did get the latest new tattoo that I got, and it says, not all wounds are visible, mental health awareness, and there's the green ribbon. Because I am very passionate about this. And I would like to end my video with a quote that says, the strongest are among us that fight battles that nobody knows about. And that is so true. So to anyone out there that may be struggling, have hope. You can do this and know that there are places you can go to and know that you are okay not to be okay and that you are loved. So let's bring this negativity about mental health and let's change it to a positive and let's talk about it. Thanks, everyone.